Hello and welcome to Mystic Puma's Then and Now, in which I, Mystic Puma, will be remembering some of the shows I grew up watching, and proceeding to look at whether they still hold up today. Shall we? Let's. So this week, I'm going to be looking at what may have been one of my favourite shows as a kid, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Now before you all turn into an angry mob, I want to point out that this show started in about 2005 in America, and therefore probably mid-2005, early 2006 in England. I was in year 6 in primary school when this was on, so I was about 11 years old. I watched it on Action Stations, which was one of those compilation things that played in the mornings, playing loads of kids' cartoons and all that sort of thing. This was therefore my introduction to Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was at the age where I was starting to realise that I was not a girly girl. This was the time in my life where I was discarding the Barratt dolls and moving on to Pokemon games and Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. So yeah. So how much did I love this show? Oh my god, I was obsessed. Everything was Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I collected cards, I pretended to be Jade and Yuki. I was a strange child, okay? I just loved everything. Now I remember it being really action-packed. I loved the characters. I thought they were all very believable, very real, but then I was a kid. I watched every episode, and then they didn't dub season 4. What? I was devastated. I tried to find the subbed versions, and they are all over the internet, but life started getting in the way because I was in the middle of high school by this point, and high school isn't fun for anybody. So, I still haven't seen all the subbed episodes, and okay, I'm a bad fan, okay? Let's just get that out of the way. So, from what I remember of the show, it was very good. It was very well made, very well paced, and all that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do, I am going to go and watch the first episode, and then I'm going to come back and tell you what I think. BRB! I'm back. So, oh my god, where do I begin? Oh my god, it was awesome. First things first. That nostalgic value, though. The music, the theme song, oh, everything, I loved it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that first episode, though. And every time that the opening song finishes, all I see is me sat in my old living room as a kid, just pumped. I loved it. I loved every second, because that was my childhood. That was my childhood in a nutshell. And my god, I was kind of singing along to the entire theme song, including the guitar solo, and oh, nostalgia. I did notice one thing that I, obviously, when I was a kid, I didn't realise this. Jaden wears a grey version of Yugi's jacket, his school uniform, in the first episode. I didn't know that, because obviously, when I was a kid and I first started watching this, hadn't seen the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Now I've seen it, I was like, wait a minute, that looks familiar. Yeah, it's a grey version. Did Jaden go to the same school? I don't know, it's never explained. It's just a little tidbit. Also, I love that they got Dan Green in and all that sort of thing for Yugi and... one of the things I love is the design of the uniforms and how they change when you get into, like, I think it's the senior years, like junior and senior. I don't really know how the American school thing works. I kind of have a vague idea. But I think when they get into the higher years, it switches the colours around, and I think that's really cool. And it's a really cool design. And right, anyway, individual stuff. Art style. Plenty of distinctive characters, I notice, which is great, because otherwise you can be a bit sort of like, oh my god, wait, what character is this and what character is that? I remember all of them. Remember everyone. I remember Jaden, I remember Bastion, I remember Cyrus, I remember Zane, I remember Alexis, I remember Chaz, I remember Chumley, everybody, just everyone, I love them all. The classic Yu-Gi-Oh art style with the eyes and all the cool monsters, and yeah, they didn't spare any expense on it. They really tried with it. You can see that they tried. It's not really a cash in, if you know what I mean. It's very much, we're gonna market this to a new generation now. We're gonna do our best to do this. If that makes any sense. Like, they've got new characters, they've got new stuff. It's not like Pokemon, which I will do in another episode, where it's all the same protagonist, which I will talk about in that because, oh my god. Wonderful backgrounds. Love the backgrounds. Yeah, backgrounds are beautiful. And the animation is smooth and beautiful, and I love it. I'm a little bit excited. I don't know if you can tell. This is what I mean. I loved this growing up. This was my life. Right, acting, voice acting, really good, really, really good. In some things, in some kids' TV shows especially, it can treat the audience a bit like kids, and you don't want to be treated like a kid. When you're a kid, you want to be treated like you're an adult. You want them to be treating you that way, because then you feel all grown up and awesome. And I think they did that really well. All the voices suit brilliantly. Bastion, very much the nerd, you can tell. Somehow, I feel like Jaden should annoy me as a character. He's one of those characters, he's really full of himself, he knows he's good. I feel like that should annoy me, and it doesn't, and I don't quite know why. Maybe it's because of nostalgia, but I don't know, it doesn't annoy me. I think Cyrus is really well cast. I think they're all so well cast. I love Zane. All I know is I'm pretty sure that Zane has the same voice actor as Knuckles, who is in Sonic X, which is another one I'll do at some point. And I remember realising that when I was a kid and being like, oh my god, they're in two of my favourite shows! And yeah, I kind of fangirled a bit. I think this was one of my first big fandoms. Like, I always try and place what my first big fandom was. I can't place it exactly. I mean, Harry Potter was a huge thing, but Yu-Gi-Oh! GX was really when I started getting obsessed with stuff, I think. Like, this was the point where I was really starting to get into Harry Potter, and it was becoming a big thing, and I was really into stuff at this point, and yeah. One thing that's always irritated most Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans, I think, most people who watch the show and also play the game, is how unrealistic all the dueling is. I mean, for one thing, it just, Crowther would never have been able to pull that move off on his first turn. Let's be honest now. You wouldn't be able to set 2 traps, then destroy them with a spell card, and also then summon one of your rarest monsters. You just wouldn't draw all those cards at the same time. If you do, you've rigged your deck. Sorry, but you have. I think once I've got that, and that was the only time I won a duel against somebody. Other than that, I'm absolutely crap at the game. There's no point in me even playing, but I do it anyway because it's fun. But overall, it holds up very well. I think I have watched most of it all the way through again, and it's brilliant. It's still good, and that's important. It's important that you should be able to still enjoy a kid's show as an adult. And that's what I mean when they treat the audience as adults. Because then you can come back to it when you're grown up, watch it back, and think, yes, I remember this, and not hate yourself for liking it. That'll come in next week. Not next week, in 2 weeks, when I do the next episode of this. And with that, I'm going to end, because positivity! I love it! I love it. So, next week, you'll get a vlog and stuff like that. Yeah. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to do another one of these. This is going to be a every couple of weeks sort of thing. Every Sunday, it's either a vlog or one of these. So, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of this strange thing that I've decided to start doing. I'm going to go now. And I may go and watch some more Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Because, oh my god, is it damn good. See you guys.